I was determined to succeed. It was that sheer determination that kept me going. While we all face rough patches in life, and it is sometimes difficult to focus on the road ahead, it's important to keep a sense of direction in mind and focus on the goal ahead. They say hindsight is 20/20, and I agree. When I look back over my life and the choices I have made, I can see that life has a peculiar way of helping those who are determined to move forward to find the right path. It doesn't happen all the time, but when you look back, you can see that life gave you a nudge here and a bump there to correct your course. It's kind of like getting a pat on the back to encourage you to move ahead in the right direction. For me, I realized that pat on the back was when I scored well on the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery Exam, commonly referred to as the ASVAB, without having prepared for it. The two recruiters were more than a little skeptical when I walked through their door. First, they usually have to go out and find candidates, and second, my situation was so vastly different from that of the recruits they would choose. I'm pretty sure they thought I was running from something criminal, and that I just wanted to get out of the area before it caught up with me. Nothing could have been farther from the truth. I was running but not away from something. Rather, I was running towards something, a future. I had developed a burning desire to answer the question of who I was and what I was made of. Nothing short of an answer would suffice for me now. I did well in my meeting with the recruiters, and so well on the ASVAB that I qualified for a position that had just become available because of a candidate who changed his mind at the last minute. There was just one more thing I needed to do: lose 10 pounds in about 3 weeks. I was under the gun to accomplish this because I had a date set and could not enter the military unless I was successful. Like preseason for a sports team, I looked at it as training. Every day I ran in my neighborhood and drank water and ate salads. I was determined to pass this test. Nearly all worthwhile endeavors require some sort of preparation or work that must be completed to move to the next level. I looked at this successful weight loss as groundwork for me to tackle anything else on my road ahead. I felt I was ready to take on those challenges and create a better life. I knew there was no way I wanted to stay on my current path. This gave me the determination to do whatever was necessary to achieve the goal I had finally identified for myself. Another big obstacle I had to face right away were all the naysayers who tried to discourage me from joining the military. My own mother asked me if I really thought it was a good idea and whether I could make it. She was very sweet about it and motherly in giving me an out to take if I wanted one. I told her very directly and clearly that there was nothing the Air Force could put me through that was scarier than remaining where I was for another 4 years. It was the first time that my fear of remaining the same was greater than my fear of pending change. It is in those moments that meaningful and permanent change takes place. It was this that taught me how to identify and ignore those fearmongers when it came time for me to pivot in my personal and professional life at every instance. Before I knew it, I was sworn in and off on an airplane for the first time in my life, headed to Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas for basic training. For the first time in my life, I had a taste of success and I liked it. I was not failing, and I was happy to be making progress toward a positive goal. When you start on a journey and begin to feel like you are really headed in the right direction, you experience a kind of exhilaration that propels you forward. That sense of accomplishment gives you a boost of confidence that makes you feel for a while like there is nothing you cannot tackle.